Hey there viewer, welcome back to Caves of Good. Last time I explored two of the three rust wells, this one and this one that I'm currently at, and there's only this one left, but because I hate the place, I am now making the executive decision to ignore this. So back to Joppa I go. And as you can see here, the message log. Every 2 or 3 days that you're away, the vendors are going to completely restock. Hey Archive, here's your stupid wire. Yes, beautiful wire. Oh, before I forget, I repaired an old recoiler for you. Use it whenever you wish to hop back to Joppa quickly. Now, give me a few moments to attach the wire. Okay, now we're going to wait a couple turns. So he actually builds the wire. It's a really nice touch. It wasn't always there. It's working. Genius, genius. Noise in the static. I hear it. I hear. What's this? What is that? Wait. It's repeating itself. Apprentice, come here. Something strange is occurring. The conduit is picking up a signal, some sort of repeating transmission. I cannot decipher it, however. I lack cryptogal eggs and, well, never you mind. I have a great task for you, my apprentice. Do you accept it? What is it? Yes, you must seek out Barathrum the Old, the eldest and wisest thinker alive. He lives with his followers, the Barathrumites, under the arch of Grid Gate to the northeast, in the jungle-strangled ruins of Kud. He will know what to make of the signal. And who are these Barathrumites? Disciples of Barathrum, mostly Urshib, like their mentor, quilled albino bears who prefer their candle-dim caves to the sun-salted surface of the jungle. 1,000 years ago, Barathrum and his kin crossed the Oms Delta into the rusting heart of Kud. He has spent centuries peeling the chrome shells of time's artifacts in his workshop. If he cannot decipher the signal, no one can. Right? Accept the task. Splendid, perfect. Let me record the signal to disk, which you'll need to guard with your life, I'm afraid. I'll rig up a droid scrambler for you too. You see, the Barathrumites have programmed a troop of way droids to guard the approach to the Grid Gate. With the scrambler, you needn't worry about them. Wait there. There you are. Now go. Off with you. May you live long enough to do my bidding. Away, away. Now we got droid scrambler and the data disk. And got a new quest. Here's the data disk. We're going to need this. And we also got a droid scrambler. This is going to turn the droids at the Grid Gate friendly. If I were to drop it or have it destroyed, I would need to fight those droids too. And we also got a recoiler. This is a really important item. This is what you use for fast travel, basically. Now, most of these that you can find are keyed to a single location. So this is a Joppa recoiler. So this will always bring us back to Joppa. But not if you have enemies nearby, so it's not an immediate get out of jail card. And these also need to be powered. And we always get some kind of energy cell. Let's see what kind this one is. Okay, it's a chem cell. And it is low. It's unfortunate. You don't really see the exact charge of these cells. It goes from full to drained. Low is, I think, just enough for a single use for recoiler. Let's put this back in. It's usually a good idea to put a solar cell in these recoilers, since you're going to be out in the sun a lot while you're traveling, so that basically keeps it free to use. Okay, do I have anything? Yeah, this is the trinket I need to bring to the 6-day steed, so I'm going to keep this for a little while. I have the neck ring. That will be good if I encounter any baboons. If there's any other fight, I'm going to replace that with the snakeskin armlet for some extra dodge. And I guess I can wear the sap mask for now. I have 2 faces anyway. Yeah, now I just need to sell stuff. And then we're good to go. Okay, let's see what our rife has. Combat shotgun schematic, that's tier 2. We're not going to get there for a long time, if ever. Point defense drone. Same. Stun gas grenade. It's only Mark 1. Don't really need to get this. Mark 2 and Mark 3 recipes are also priced the same, so if you can get it, grab the higher level one. Visage. What even is this? I don't think I've ever seen this. See, visual instrument and sensory augmentation, G edition. Data is painted back and forth between the glass looms of visor and wristlet. Whereas the outer trim shines gold on F edition, on this model it fades to grey. Well, from this description, I imagine this is some kind of extra heads-up display. Maybe it gives extra information about some stuff. Okay, now I want to grab this basic toolkit, because it increases the chance of recovering additional bits when you disassemble an artifact. And we're going to get disassembling quite a lot. I can sell the bracelet for this. And maybe a mace, which goes for exactly 420. Good for us. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of grenade. Do I want to? Sure, I can have this identified for some water. It will be the same as if I identified it myself, so from this point I am going to know what this is. Tubular hydrojets implant. Never mind, it's not a grenade. It is a cybernetic implant. And it gives plus 200 move speed while swimming, but it gets destroyed when uninstalled. Okay. Because we are a mutant, we cannot use implants at all. But they do sell for quite a lot of money, so anyone we find is going to get sold. Okay, got nothing else from here. Now let's see, what do you have? Always buy ammunition. Always good to have. Let's take a bandage just in case. Now I could take a compound bow here that has a higher accuracy than the regular short bow, and it gains extra penetration based on your strength. As a warden, I am mainly strength build, so this can work, even though the arrows themselves don't do much damage. Or I could get a rifle. You see, the bow and the rifle uses the same weapon class, so doesn't matter all that much. But if I were to choose between these two, I think going for the rifle is always better, since it has a base armor penetration of 9. You are going to hit pretty hard with this one. So let's put one here. See, there's also a musket here. Has a same amount of damage, 1 less penetration. But the musket is a single shot gun, so you have to take every other turn just to manually hit reload. It's not quite that reliable. You don't really have anything I need. And you can't identify artifacts. So I'm not going to do that right now. Yeah, I want to sell this. And all my weapons. I kinda like two-handed weapons as a concept, but in this game they don't deal too much more damage to be really worth it. Plus, unless you have some sort of night vision, you're going to need one hand free at all times to hold torches and the like. But at one time I did have character with 4 arms and night vision. I used that to dual wield two-handed swords, so that was kind of fun. Okay, so for 200 feet of wire, that's gonna be less than 1 dram of water. Okay. Now, if you are wondering why these kudzu stem are not stacked with the rest, see down at the bottom, it says it's in perfect condition, and this is fine, this is badly damaged. So they were probably hit by some area attack while they were on the ground, so it doesn't really mean anything for these. See, the kudzu stem are rather nice for bartering. So I'm just going to put put a couple here. I'm okay with paying a little bit of water. Okay, we are good. Now let's stash these things. Gonna stash these. And I'm not going to need to bring the tools with me. I like to put a couple torches away. Okay, now that we have disassembled, I can take this back. And I also automatically disassemble them. Let's remove this bow and replace it with a rifle. I don't have many slugs, so this is going to be more of an emergency weapon. And you can see here it has a couple rounds per clip. Okay, anything I want to dump? The answer is no. Yeah, let's keep stuff like this. And I am hungry, so let's get to this oven real quick. Eat some apple mats. This thirsting at half rate is not to be underestimated, especially when you're about to start moving on the world map. That could take days. And you drink, I don't even know, like twice a day, something like that. So if you're going a long way, you're going to have water. Let's do the quest real quick, because that's going to unlock a new place for us. Grid gate is right here. Before that, I have 124 skill points. Okay, now I have the wayfaring skill for the marshes. But now we're moving towards the hills and mountains, so I'm going to spend a little skill points to get this. So we move twice as quickly, reduces the chance of getting lost, and doubles the chance of interesting encounters. So, and immediately we're lost. So that's RNG for you. There are some hostiles around. Probably some more snapjaws. Like I said, there's never really only one of these guys. Are we good? Looks almost. Okay, now we're good, looks like. Let's drop a camp right here, eat a little bit. Oh, when you're just making a random meal. You also have a small chance of gaining minor bonus for the day. Now we have a tiny bit of extra quickness. In practice that means that sometimes you have an extra turn. When you're approaching shooty stuff, it generally pays to stay in cover. Okay. Screw you. It looks like the dog took care of that spitting plant. Okay, regain my bearings. As you can see, didn't move too far on the world map. Let's keep going. Now, you might think that the flower fields are a nice place to be, but I'm here to tell you that they're not. Because everything in this world is mutated. That includes the plants. If I were to give you one advice, it would be that if you want to move to the 6-day stilt from Joppa, then you would go up this way at the edge of the canyons, because the salt dunes are not a nice place, and the flower fields have enemies that you are not really equipped to deal with at lower levels, so try to stay safe. Also, you might not want to get in the jungle for a while. Okay, here we are at Grid Gate. Got a spark tick over here. It's not much of a threat. Hold on, recoil got too high up. Don't want to accidentally use it. Okay, let's make camp the skill that divides the useful from the less than useful. Okay. Oh, got some earthworms. I think I already have a corpse in my chest, so I don't need to take more. Okay, and you see here, door is red. It's a security door. It's not going to open. You can find, usually down in ruins, access cards that are color coded. And if you have those, you can open these security gates. So for this one, we would need a red card. Let's see what's around here. You could see they moved on. There were the way droids. Maybe we'll see another one. Oh, there they are. Gonna take the oil. Here it is. Not friendly, but neutral. And they're going to attack everything around. That's less for us to deal with. You know what? Since I have started collecting oil, I can just select water skin. I can switch on auto collecting liquid. That's going to save me the trouble of manually doing this. This here is a decent place for gathering, since there are all these way droids. They're going to bleed oil, but the enemies hit them. Another spark tick. If I had the butchering skill, then every time a spark tick leaves a corpse, I could butcher it for some spark tick plasma. And cooking with that would give you the ability to generate electricity. So yeah, you can actually get abilities from food in this game. Now, I think I'm going to take this Spartic corpse. It's not all that heavy. Because probably at the next level up, I'm going to get some cooking and gathering skills, just so I can show you how it works. Okay, we're done. Let's grab a warhammer. Anything that is steel is going to be worth. And because the Baratrumite enclave is technically a village, we're going to have a vendor there, so we can just sell all this stuff that we're collecting on the way. Okay, the novice of the sightless way to the northeast burrows a channel through the psychic ether and begins to sunder your mind. Okay. Kind of an unfortunate development. This here is novice of the sightless way. This is a psychic enemy. And now it just started attacking me. With the Sunder Mind ability, that is an ability that you can have yourself. And it's going to hit me every turn for 10 turns. And if I allow it, then at the end, it's going to do a large chunk of damage based on how much it actually did. But it cannot do anything while this is going on, so at this point what I need to do is ignore all the rest and just shoot him like this. Okay, I am surrounded, which is bad for them because I have quills. Okay, one bad thing about these way droids is that they're attacking with electricity, and electricity has the habit of arcing to friend and foe alike, so... Okay, leveled up. Unfortunately that doesn't restore health, so I'm going to be forced to eat a witchwood bark here. Let's take care of the immediate threat. Looks like we're okay here. Let's get this fork-horned hound. This does give... well, it functions as if you had horns, which is a mutation. So this gives you a chance in melee combat to headbutt your enemies, and gives reputation with goat folk and antelopes. The goat folk specifically is going to be very important for a quest later. Okay, earthworm. Something is shooting. And judging by the sound, it's a slug snout. It's basically a pig that has a pistol for a face. It's much more dangerous from a distance, so just run up to it or lure it into melee. Okay, I'm going to get cooking and gathering here and butchery immediately. Let's move this down, since I'm not going to toggle this off. Okay, I can drop the Sparty corpse. Okay, replace the leather cap with a helm. That will work. Now I'm going to move back to the Sparty corpse. See at the logs here, you butcher the Sparty corpse into Spartic scutum. Gonna take some boar meat from this. Add some bear meat. Now the only time you might want to switch butchering off is that the game has an achievement of you just simply eating an entire bear corpse. It's pretty funny, really. Really need to look at these ones, since the segmented earthworm multiplies whenever you're not looking, so if you see one, you really need to look everywhere just to make sure you're not going to get overwhelmed. Okay, let's see what else is here. Here's a painted ring mail. It has a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan, Kurarad. One night under the beetle moon, a babe was found, swaddled with its mouth full of time itself, by a group of highly entropic beings in Kamur slums. They took her into their fold and fostered her, and she became known as Kurarad, the perpetual heir of highly entropic beings. Right? Gives a little reputation with a very specific faction. You don't really need to bother with those. Okay, here we are. Don't want to hit the Waydroids by accident. This one is not a spark tick, it's an electrofuge. They are slightly different. These ones hurt a little bit more. Up. How many worms are there? I'm getting a little sick of these. Yeah, I am now famished. Let's take care of everything around here. Level 10, hooray. And it looks like that was the last of them. It's much appreciated. Let's toss a camp down here. And now you see I can preserve fresh foods. So that turns wine wafers into sheaves. Got some sparktic plasma and a bunch of jerky from the meats. And now I can choose ingredients to cook with. So these are all the ones I have. I can choose up to 2, and the game is going to generate effects based on that. So the wine wafer always gives an effect based on water consumption, and regular jerky gives an effect related to HP. So I'm gonna cook with these two. And it gives me extra max health and half thirst rate. That's okay, not too bad. And my torch just went out. Let's heal up real quick. Now, this is a nice chest. So grab these basic toolkits. They're going to be good for backup, because it can get rusted. But here we have a glow sphere. A phosphorescent opal-like fits in the palm of a hand and glows with the light of auroras absorbed trillions ago. This is a very fortunate find. This is basically an infinite torch that is also better. And got an Isakari banner. Gives extra reputation with the Isakari tribe. Those are basically desert dwellers, so if we are ever going to the desert, we would want to have some. It's basically a set. There's a banner that goes on your back, and there's a veil that goes on your face. And as long as you have both of those, you don't need to worry about the Isakari. Yeah, I'm going to come out here in the open, so you can see the torch light when it's fresh goes out to 4 spaces, like so. And if I were to remove it and replace it with a glow sphere, you see how much of a difference it makes. Oftentimes, dark vision isn't even good enough, so you're going to want the glow sphere. We're just going to let them settle their differences. Let's take this small platinum cube. This is a skulk injector. And speaking of night vision, this is one of those things that can give you, say, for 1,000 rounds, gives you extra move speed at night, underground, and agility, and night vision, radius 8. Now I'm always at a loss with these kinds of special tonics, just like with potions in RPGs, always a little afraid of using them. Okay, what was that? Was that a grenade or pyrokinetics? And now I can barely see anything because the door is burning down. Okay, please stop hurting my brain. Can't even move away because Sundermind will continue. I'm not going to take a Witchwood Bark here because I don't want to risk getting confused, so let's get the salve. There's another one that I literally can't get to. Your sense of self is pulled apart by what feels like a billion years of geologic pressure. I do not know what that means. Your head explodes. Wow. So, yeah. That was the end. Because I couldn't get to the psychic enemy in time, just got hit 10 times for small damage, and then a single giant burst, and I was dead. Well, at least I got the achievement for it. Well, if you had any enjoyment whatsoever, leave a like, follow, comment, really helps the algorithm. And I'm gonna see you with a new character next time.